Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a little bit of a look at some delayed products, which is a little bit sad, ladies and gentlemen, but unfortunately our friends over at Pokémon have let us know. They did tweet out this week about a couple of days ago, yesterday, about some delays which have happened. Now, need to give you the usual thing as we start here, because I want to make sure we're all nice and up. As it stands at the moment, these delays I'm talking about are UK delays. Now, that's because Pokemon is watching the UK, as am I a lot, so yeah, that makes sense. Please do bear in mind that these are not guaranteed to stay around. There is no guarantee that these are just going to be in the UK. They could end up being in Europe as well, and they could end up going further than that. And we've seen this time and time again when I've told you about delays, and I warn you that as at the moment, it's just the UK, but it could change. And then it all goes and changes. Not ideal, ladies and gentlemen, but we do what we can. So with all of that borne in mind, let's take a look at which products have gone and been delayed. And it stands at the moment that these Pokémon GO pin collections are apparently finally coming out on the 7th of October. And I say apparently because we've seen this before, ladies and gentlemen. These products were supposed to be out a little while ago at this stage. They were initially scheduled to release in August. They were supposed to be out. The initial date that we were given is that these were going to be out on the 5th of August. And as it stands at the moment, still nothing. Now, there is another thing going on here, which I know some people are very unhappy about, and I understand exactly where you're coming from. Some people are unhappy about the fact that a lot of these delayed products actually do end up going on the Pokemon Center. So, as in the official Pokemon website. So right now, I can go and buy any of these Pokemon GO pin collections from the Pokemon Center, but they're not going to actually be released in local game stores, etc., until the 7th of October. And I know a lot of people aren't very happy about this. All that I can tell you is two things. First of all, I have to tell you they're out on the Pokemon Center, so if you want to go and buy them, you can. I'm sorry. My job here is to keep you as well informed as I possibly can. They're out on the Pokemon Center. You need to know that. Second part of this is, obviously, local game stores are losing out because these products are going up on the Pokemon Center early while being delayed into local game stores. And I know not everybody is, and that's absolutely fine. But if you are in a position where there is a local game store that you can help out here by waiting a little bit, please do. I need to get at least a Squirtle one of these for the Kurimitsu Squirtle. I am hoping I'll be able to pick these up at my local game store. I've not picked these up on the Pokemon Center, nor do I intend to. I like to practice what I preach. I'm going to be trying to get these at my local game store when they finally do come out. So they are now the 7th of October. I am sorry. And while we're talking about delayed Pokemon GO products, the final Pokemon GO product, that is the Pokemon GO Premier Deck Holder Collection. That is the one with the exclusive promo cards of Dragonite V and Dragonite V-Star. That has also been delayed. That is now set to release on the 14th of October. That is 2 weeks after the initial release date of September the 30th. So that one was supposed to be out. That was always going to be like the last one that was going to be coming out. That was going to be the very end of Pokemon GO. It's actually scheduled for the day after my birthday, September the 30th. There's basically lots going on September the 30th. It's becoming a ridiculously busy day in every card game I follow. As it stands at the moment, this has now been delayed, so you're going to have to wait a couple extra weeks in order to pick this up. Sorry about that. It's not ideal, obviously, but I'm afraid there's not really very much we can do about it. So, sorry that happened, ladies and gentlemen. But, unfortunately, as with all of these release delays, call them what you will, it's not ideal and there's nothing we can do about them. The best we can do is just Hope that these products come out sooner rather than later. So there's your Pokemon Go delays, but we are not done at all. The hidden potential tins are now scheduled for release on the 21st of October. Now, this is not actually a huge change. They were supposed to come out on the 14th, so these are being delayed by exactly 1 week, but it is still worth pointing out. Of course, what we've got here is an alternate art of the Giratina from the set, the regular art of Gallade, although remember the other prints of that are in Lost Origins. That is pretty important. And then a brand new Rotom. The Rotom in here is, as I like to phrase it, mechanically unique. So, yeah. Cool. You're going to have to wait an extra week for that. Speaking of which, we were supposed to get the Deoxys and Zeraora battle boxes. They were supposed to be coming on October the 14th. They have also been delayed by a week. That is the same as the tins. They are coming out now on October the 21st, whereas they were supposed to be coming out on October the 14th. These have been delayed by, well, a week. But the thing is, these are kind of big, because as it stands at the moment, these are, except for the Pokemon Vs, which we'll get to in a minute, these are exclusive cards. So Deoxys VMAX and V-Star and Zeraora VMAX and V-Star can, as it stands, only actually be found in these products. And yes, I know, as it stands at the moment, they're not amazing. They've not seen a huge amount of play in Japan. They are not setting the world on fire. Though there is a big tournament as a Champions League in Japan this weekend, so there is every possibility that one of them comes along and goes nuts this weekend, but that's not the point. Now, one very important thing with products like this, where we're talking about mechanically unique cards, it is very important to note that even if they're delayed in the UK, unless we get some kind of announcement, the legality of these cards will not be affected. If they're delayed in one region, then they're not actually going to be delayed in terms of when they're legal for tournament play, which is very interesting. We saw this with Lucario, and that was actually very relevant because it affected the EUIC, the European International Championships, whereby, UK players basically couldn't get hold of Lucario, but players in other territories could. That was a little bit awkward. But as it stands, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference there. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, hang on a second. With the Deoxys and Zeraora battle boxes being delayed, maybe I can jump in here and pick up the Zeraora and Deoxys V battle decks, and then I can get those Pokemon Vs early. Because remember, they are the same Pokemon Vs as the Battle Box, scheduled for release on the same day as the Battle Box. Unfortunately not, because the V Battle decks have actually been delayed even longer. They are now coming out on the 4th of November, 2 weeks later. So the Deoxys V and Zeraora V Battle decks, unfortunately, I'm not coming out now till the 4th of November. These ones I'm honestly not so fussed about, because there's no exclusive Pokemon V. All we've got is an alternate art of an existing... No, it's not even an alternate art, sorry. It's literally just a reprint of the ones in the battle boxes. And the V Battle decks are generally for newer players anyway, so I'm not terribly fussed about this, but you do still need to know it's delayed. Also on the 4th of November, we are now getting the Verizon V-Box. Now, this was actually due for release on the 14th of October. The 14th of October was going to be an extremely busy day, now far, far less so. Again, like we saw with Gallade a moment ago, this is not a new card or a mechanically unique card. The full art of this is already out. It's just the regular art version of this which is in here, so the delay isn't a huge deal, but it's still something we need to be aware of. And then we've got the Palkia and Dialga V-Star Premium collections that are unfortunately also being delayed. They were supposed to be coming out, the pair of them all together, all happy, all lovely, on October the 7th. They are now being delayed until the 4th of November. That's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That is 4 weeks later. And on the one hand, I grant you that these are not new cards. We've got the full art of the Pokemon V, and then we've got the alternate art of the V-Star, but that's not the point. The point is that these products are supposed to allow you to get hold of these a little bit easier, and come on, let's face it, it's also kind of cool to have the different artwork and all of that. But as it stands at the moment, they are unfortunately being delayed. This is one of the bigger delays we're seeing. Like I said, these were initially supposed to be coming out on the 7th of October. They are now being listed for the UK, according to our friends over at Pokemart. They are being listed for the 4th of November, which is a pretty gosh darned big deal. Now, a couple other ones we've heard about. The Silver Tempest Build and Battle Stadium is going to be coming out on the 25th of November. Should be coming out on the 11th of November alongside Silver Tempest as a whole, but has been delayed by a couple of weeks. Again, the Build and Battle boxes are actually coming out 2 weeks before the release of Silver Tempest. That's when we have our pre-releases. So, this is one I'm not terribly fussed about. I like the Build and Battle Stadiums, but I don't think anyone's, or at least many people, are desperate to have these on the day of release. And then there are a couple that are kind of hanging out there. So the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star Collection, this is the other one of those, it's currently listed for October the 28th. And what we're being told at the moment is we don't actually know when this is coming out. We have, according to Pokémon, we've got an uncertain release date coming in here, or an unconfirmed release date. We've also got the Hisuian Electrode V-Box, which was supposed to be on the 4th of November, has again got no set date, or, it's unsure. But again, remember, this one is the box that's it's a regular art version, but the full art's in Lost Origin, so this is, again, not the end of the world. And that Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, that thing we're all desperate to get our hands on, is supposed to be coming out on October the 28th. But again, we have an unconfirmed new release date, so we're going to have to wait and see on that one. As always, when we have a good update for any of these, I will let you know. That's kind of what I do. Yes, it's disappointing that some of these are being delayed, but remember, we've got postal strikes at the moment, we've got everything going on in the world, it's kind of awkward, and like I say, as it stands at the moment, these are for the UK, but it could very easily be extended to Europe, and it could very easily be extended outside of there, so please do make sure you keep your head on a swivel. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know which of these products you're looking forward to. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord and have a chat with us, or indeed support the channel like the lovely George Beard, who is one of our supporters and is a very lovely person. So thank you for all the support, and thank you for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.